Hello, beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of Myth. When last we left off, we got a good look at Berserker's list and some horrible, awful, evil person spilled tea on our notebook that was the key to, an early game memory, basically. Well, I guess not all can go in our way, or go in our favor. Whatever. Make sure you sigh loudly so that the game knows your opinions on those happenstance. That's just I'm still unhappy about that, and it's been like a day. So anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? An unfamiliar room built of wood. Why was I here? I began to recollect my thoughts. I met a girl in the city yesterday and followed her back to her place. Right. I remember now. This is Shimon's house. I decided that I was going to stay here for the time being. After we finished eating, Shimon said, "Please feel free to stay here." So I ended up borrowing her one open room and fell right to sleep. My memory was hazy. I guess it was because I was so exhausted. I stretched. It was surprisingly refreshing. Guess I'll head to the living room. I put on my shirt and headed out. Morning. Shimon was there. She was holding tableware. She must have been preparing breakfast. Have a seat. Breakfast will be ready shortly. I sat at the table like she told me to. It was covered in tableware. Let's give our thanks. Thanks for the meal. Shimon did some strange gesture. Thanks for the meal. I'm not sure if it's just the goings-on at the moment, or if it was what I was reading before watching, technically, beforehand, and this feels a little bit somber. Not quite sure. I can't quite put my finger on why, other than just the nice ambient music. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just followed along with her. I didn't know what any of the food she'd prepared was. There was plenty of variety, though. Do you not know what, like, fish and rice at minimum is? Never mind. When will we be leaving? For? Huh? The grasslands. Grasslands? Metal Gear? Jeez, did you forget? I said there might be something out there yesterday. Did you? I really didn't remember. Why the grasslands? Because there might be a clue. She smiled and placed her chopsticks on the table. She really did wolf down her breakfast. Feels like morning. Shimon stretched beside me. She certainly was carefree to a fault. You should know not to do that kind of thing in front of guys, since it emphasizes your body. Obviously, it's daytime. No, that's not it. Doesn't it smell nice out here? It's the fresh morning air. She was insane. It's not like morning in particular had a unique scent. She continued, perhaps picking up on my doubtful look I had on my face. This is what morning smells like. Does morning not have a scent in your world? I shook my head. So, what produces that scent? Dunno. Well, typically the budding of flowers, or not budding, but I don't remember what it's actually called, but we call it, at least the colloquial term where I live, is dew rising in the morning. So stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know the other terms for it though. Flowers pollinating, the world waking up, and just things smelling. Whatever. And you're fine with not knowing that? It's not gonna kill you. I'm living proof of that. She boasted about it, which hardly served as proof that the air wouldn't kill me, though. Fun fact, everybody who's ever breathed has or will die. Ever breathed oxygen has or will die. As will everybody that ever stops breathing oxygen. It's fun. It's fun. Anyway, I don't think it will harm you. Plus, wrong voice. Plus, it's better not to know the answer to your question. She began to walk after making that bold statement. It's better to not know the answer? That was a logic I couldn't follow. Anything and everything had an answer. At least, that's what my world asserted. The truth must also apply to this one. I looked at Shimon from a distance. She was considerably far ahead of me. Maybe things like that just didn't matter in this world. If all the people in this village are like Shimon, then I could definitely see that being true. I couldn't imagine them being particularly inquisitive people in any case. After all, you can get by without knowing those kinds of things. The morning breeze blew my hair around. I wasn't happy with the conclusion I reached, but it wasn't like there was much I could do about that. So, any destination in mind? She continued walking through the grassland as I questioned her. Nowhere in particular. Then where are we headed? I don't know. Don't piss me off. Let me finish. What? Have you ever heard of the expression to search for something with a fine-toothed comb? Yeah, I've seen Spaceballs. I know what it's like to comb a desert. That's all there is to it. And that was a tactic very befitting of her. I guess we didn't really have much of a choice, though. What we were looking for was kind of abstract and offbeat anyway. Carefully checking around for clues while we walked was probably the best course of action. I haven't been over there before, meaning there might be something that way. Marvelous, Swanson. Watson? We'd be here all day if I actually corrected her. Oh, well, at least you're aware of it. I decided to ignore it as I swept my gaze across the grasslands. It was far too vast. A literal ocean of green. Oh, voice, are you there? The answer was obvious. We're going to get lost if we're not careful. We weren't leaving any marks or checkpoints behind us. Just when I was thinking that, though, we came across a tree. Shimon, leave a marker on that tree so we know you've been here. Huh, your wish is my command, sir. She trotted over to the tree. I forget this visual novel has blinking in it. Done. And every time I see someone blink, it's a thing I always forget. Draw something over there too. Make sure it's the same thing so we'll remember it. Yawn. The trees were about roughly the same distance away from each other. They would serve their purpose as a landmark rather well. Roger. She trotted towards the next tree. I nonchalantly looked over at the tree. She had carved something strange into it. Who's this geezer supposed to be? It's a picture of you. I don't really see it, but sure. I mean, I kinda do, but no. Meito does not look. Let's just look so I can complain about it a little bit more. It does not quite look like that. Not quite. I mean, it's not entirely inaccurate, but whatever. It actually reminds me of another character from a manga, I think, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Anyway. Your brow furrowed? You look stern. I see. Damn it, Shimon. I raced up to her. When a strong breeze blew across the grasslands. It was a tailwind. It was warm, like that of a spring breeze. I turned around. I saw a difference among the gentle rolling hills. I approached whatever it was, cautious not to lose sight of it. It was a person. Isn't it? Put more accurately, a girl. I keep yawning. Hopefully that's not a frequent thing that's going to be happening this episode. She was using the grasslands as a bed. I was going to check whether it was actually a coffin of sorts, though. Are you alive? I called out to her, slightly apprehensive. Hey. I shook her body. Then... She opened her eyes. We were pretty close to each other, given that I had been shaking her. The two of us gazed at one another. We were close enough that my actions could have been perceived as perverted. This is bad. Don't get the wrong idea. I was just checking to make sure you weren't dead. I wasn't thinking of anything. You pervert. What are you smiling for? Her smile was so radiant that it looked like she had just finished a task that took some great effort. Now's my chance. Right in the nuts. Geez, Kenji. Try and rein it in a little, please. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. The heck's Kenji? We're playing First Time Lovers, trying to hit a new demographic. They're trying to hit new demographics. Okay, I'm looking that up. I've heard of that before, or at least it sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know. First Time Lovers. It is a song by a K-pop artist. And that's all I see. Came out in 2011, so probably nothing related to that at all. Oh well. The hell's with her? Well, you've got some balls to try and assault a lady while she's asleep. She looked down at me on the ground. Didn't your mom ever tell you this? You hold your chopsticks with your right hand. What? I really didn't understand her at all. Nothing she said or did made any sense. She was either some new type of person I had never encountered before, or... Mom, I'm sorry, but I'm actually left-handed. Just a complete mystery. Who the heck are you? A human. Brat? Your name? Dunno. Where are you from? Dunno. Jackass, who are you? I said I'm a human. Snap. Something inside of me seemed to split apart. Give me a break. You're squeezing my balls even though we barely just met and you still have the nerve to say you don't know? Great. Where's your mom? I really don't know. Still. Wait, what? My memories are gone. You liar. No, I'm serious. Serious as a heart attack. Nito-san, look at how high I am. This is awesome. So, you've lost your memory? Doing her best Tarzan impression? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that loudly. Something like that. Thud. She fell. I started running over to Shimon, an exasperated look on my face. When? Are you okay? Another girl appeared from behind the tree. She had a shadow of her own as well. Maybe there really were a bunch of others like these girls and Shimon simply didn't know. The girl who just appeared had a gentle, calm demeanor about her. She must have been in her mid-20s, judging by her looks. Let's see. 25. Yeah, okay. I might have completely forgotten how old she was, and I wasn't double checking because of that. No, I was just trying to illustrate that. Yeah, let me apply some ointment. The voice wasn't hers either. I realized once again just how ignorant Shimon was of her own world. She said there was no one else like her here, but we found two others almost immediately upon looking around a bit. Her information wasn't reliable in the least. All better? The other girl had already finished taking care of Shimon by the time we reached the tree. She really only had a few scratches, It wasn't anything serious, but declining the girl's kind offer would have been rude. I put aside my various concerns and expressed my thanks to the girl in Shimon's place. "Excuse me, thanks." "I just did what I could," she humbly replied. Her carefree smile made it difficult to pick up on her true intentions. It gave me the impression that she had some sort of ulterior motive. The glint in her eyes only further emphasized her mysterious nature. "Maybe I could have done more. Well, actually, I guess that was about all I could do. No, I have an idea. Could at least tend to her wounds by licking them." "Okay, maybe I was wrong about her having some sort of ulterior motive. Who are you? What's your name?" Shouldn't you give her name first before asking what hers is? It's true. I'm Meto Tanabe. I'm a student from a different world. I'm Shimon. I live in a village that's just down that way. Yo, I'm Goku. No, she's known as Brat. No, I'm Goku. I screeched like an old record player. The woman looked at everyone. Shimon-san, Meto-san, Goku-san. Okay, I know all of your names now. It's not Goku-san, it's Son Goku. Haha, or Son Goku. So, what's your name? Riri. Riri, can I ask you something? Sure, anything you wish. Where did you come from? Is there another village around here? No, you see? She hung her head for a moment as she searched for an answer. I was just here when I came to. I don't really know what's going on. Could she also be... Are you suffering from amnesia as well? Yes, I only remember my name. Same as me then. The brat happily clung to the older girl. I guess so. Are you guys familiar with one another? I thought there might have been some connection between the two, given their circumstances. She doesn't look familiar. Same here. Well, this is going nowhere fast. I heaved a heavy sigh. I thought they'd be able to provide me with some clues, but... By then, thanks for taking care of Shimon. I gave Riri my thanks once again before turning around, planning to leave. Let's go, Shimon. Hold it! The brat seemed to have other things in her mind, though. She inclined her body at a 45-degree angle as she pointed at us. What? What? Put? Pizza? Hut? Pizza Hut? Make it great! I don't think that's their slogan. I don't remember. Never was really a fan of Pizza Hut. I always preferred Domino's. Whatever. I was at a loss for words. Did you even listen to what I just said? Sadly, yes. I said, do you really think you can get away with leaving two ladies alone out here in the wilderness? Like hell you're a lady. Meto-san. Shimon finally spoke up. I want to invite them to my house, my home. I'd figured she said that. She was the one who readily wanted to have me, a young guy, stay at her place. Having another girl or two was probably no problem at all to her. We're friends now, after all. She was quick to come to conclusions like that. Honestly, I had no desire to interact with annoying people. Lady was fine. It was that brat next to her that was the problem. So, what's the problem? There was a good chance that she would interfere with my personal life in some manner, based on her personality. And not interacting with people who I thought would be an annoyance like that formed the foundation of my personal ideology. How about it, Riri-san? Will you come to my house? That would be wonderful, but is it really okay? Oops, sorry about that. I spilled my desk. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. I'd love to have you. Are you okay with that, Tanabe-san? I'm fine with whatever you decide. It's not like I had any choice in the matter. It was Shimon's house after all. I had to leave the decision to her. Episode 5, The Bet Strikes Back. Okay. The brat was ecstatic. I changed my... This is an act of discrimination. Shimon-san, please speak up. Meito-san. Mind. Alright, fine. I'll give in. I should have said that from the get-go. Stupid grown-up. She made my blood boil. Yeah, he's only like 17 or 18. Like at most 18, I think he's 17. You know what? I can check that. Let's see, myth. He's 18, okay. He is technically an adult. Thanks for having us. Riri kindly bowed. Thanksies. The brat bowed as well, but her bow was lacking the grace and maturity of Riri's. I gazed at the sky. To be frank, someone like that brat living with us was the last thing I wanted. My shoulder ached, like a leaden weight of irritation was weighing upon them. The sun was beginning to set. The blue and green scenery I had grown so accustomed to seeing soon gave way to one of orange as yellow as we began to make our way back home. That was the end of our search efforts. We decided to call it a day. Shimon was worried about the other two, who were physically and mentally exhausted. Also, like, so hungry, I don't even want to move. The brat was being selfish. Damn kids. You say something? No. I looked around at my surroundings, averting my gaze from hers. From blue to orange skies, from green to yellow grass, the changes in the scenery served as a change of mood as well as we returned down the path we came. Oh yeah. What is it? Shimon gently smiled at the girl. Let's think of a name for you. She had a good idea for once. Indeed, Goku-san is a bit odd. Riri seemed to agree. How about, Wukong? I'm in favor of it. We were going to be living together. We needed some means of identifying her. Okay, I guess I can't be nameless. The brat was in favor of it too. Shimon's sudden idea made us all stop in our tracks and rack our brains. I didn't think we'd come up with a great name right away. Dumbo Face. Nope. I was confident in my name for her, until she ruthlessly drop-kicked me in the stomach. You got any ideas, Didi-san? Me? Everyone turned to face Didi. No, nothing comes to mind. Well, don't you think I kind of have a boyish side to me? Do you? I wonder if that's in kayfabe or out. Whatever. Yeah, totally. Try to think of something that would fit a tomboy. She probably thought that Riri had the best chance of coming up with a decent name for her. She wasn't wrong, especially when you compare Riri to Shimon. If you mix a boy's name with the girls, like Vander and Gina. Which, that's enough. Yeah, it wasn't the sort of word that a woman like Riri should be saying, so I quickly stopped her before she finished. I'm not sure then. The Vander and Gina thing is an NKFAB thing, almost certainly, but the other thing, the Psy and that whole thing, I wonder if that, I don't know. I'm going to be looking, at least attempting to look at parts where she may or may not be breaking kayfabe. So, that should be fun. The brat's shoulders dropped, crestfallen. Come on. This'll... Missy... Keep thinking. Think long and hard, even if you die from all that thought. Yeah, I wasn't expecting much else from Shimon. She didn't really have a feel for this kind of thing. We spent the next several minutes searching for a fitting name. Night, however, was approaching. We needed to finish up soon. I had to put an end to this. Looks like it's my time to shine. Bzz, wrong answer. Didn't even say anything yet. I'm just gonna say something really stupid again. I shrugged. Seriously, Dumbo face? Are you for real? That was a joke. Just hear me out. Fine. What? Listen up. Usually names are given based on someone's impressions of something. I guess that's true. The most vivid impression I have of you was finding you sleeping in the grass. I shot my gaze towards Didi and Shimon. They both nodded in agreement. So, I have an idea. Spit it out. Oh, okay. I thought that Kusako, using the characters from Girl and Grass, would fit you the most. Huh? She mercilessly kicked me. I was actually being serious, but she didn't seem to like my suggestion. What a waste of time. Grass can also be read as so why not just go with that then? That's no different. Huh, that might work. Huh? So sounds so good. Get on with it. But not the so from Grass. Why don't we write it like so from musical performance? Yes, the nice kanji lessons you've got there. That's not bad at all. The brat's eyes glimmered. She seemed to like it too. Yeah, that's great. Strong, courageous, refined, beautiful, a name fit for a princess like myself. So we're sticking with so. Thanks again and nice to meet ya. Nice to meet you, So-san. It's very nice to meet you. Yeah. So we finally settled on a name. We didn't make it back to Shimon's place until evening. So tired. So plopped down by the gate, claiming she couldn't walk anymore. Let's at least go inside and get something to eat. Yeah, let's do that. So barged directly into Shimon's house. I followed her in. Dinner! Are you even capable of being quiet for just a minute? Two starved beasts anxiously waited for their food and waited for their dinner in the living room. But I'd say food in the dining room for some reason. The nerve of you saying something like that to a growing lady. Or not a lady. Bet you don't even cook. Ain't that the truth? I have a PhD in eating. Don't make up random degrees. Everyone would have to agree on that if it actually existed. Seriously, it's too hard to cook. I've already commented on that the last time we heard you say that, so I'm gonna keep that to myself. Not really. It's fun. Really now? You saying you can cook? Well, I usually just use the microwave. Micro what? It's really convenient. All you have to do is put something in and it'll heat up. It's not cooking. Put something in and it'll heat up. Mr. Tanabe, do you mean what I think you mean? Cut it out, you pervert. I had given up on attempting to explain. Dinner's ready? Riri showed up holding our dinner. She had good timing. Yo, we've been waiting. Wow, you went all out. The two of us looked over at Riri with a carnivorous glint in our eyes. My, how beastly. The pleasant scent would certainly attract anyone who caught a whiff of it. It was an odd sound glitch. I stared at the meal she was holding for a bit too long, so I looked away, embarrassed. Looks great. Did you make it? Yes, Shimon-san and I worked together, and I made most of it. I knew it. It looks better than what Shimon makes. I didn't even remember what we had last night, meaning that we must have been pretty bland if I totally forgot about it. A problem? Don't eat it. Shimon was holding a tray with miso soup on it. She was pissed. We finished eating, leaving me extremely satisfied. Spending time in here was relaxing, and I wouldn't change it for the world. This was a place I felt most at peace. Took a novel out from my bag. Nanpo is a really good writer. I didn't predict what was going to happen at all. The fiend with 42 faces was going to strike down Kid Tanaka with his jet black. Ow. Wow, excuse-moi. You aren't excused. Oh dear, are you mad? You cranky because you're tired? I'd be able to sleep in peace if you weren't around. The reason she was here was because... this scene again. There's nowhere here... Can I see it? No. Oh, I can't. No. There's nowhere for her to sleep. Aren't there any other empty rooms? There are, but it'll take us time to clean one of them since I'm mostly using them to store things. That made sense. It would take all night to clean one of them if we started now. And the one open room we can use has enough space for just a single futon. I'm sorry, but one of you will have to spend the night in Meito-san's room. No! Oh my. I'm really sorry. I refuse. I refusingly refuse. We agree on something for once. So and I vigorously shook hands. But you'd be sharing a room with Lidi-san. Oh. So was one thing, but I couldn't share a room with Lidi. We're both adults, after all, and she likely wouldn't want to. And I guess I'll be spending the evening with you, Meito-san. We've already had your room. I'm kidding. Hold on, we're... Yes? No. Don't so readily agree to it. We're both adults. Yes? No, that's a bad thing. Ethically speaking, sharing a room isn't really the best. Wait a second. Shimon, can't she just use your room? What? Having the conversation suddenly directed her way seemed to catch Shimon off guard. Can't do that. Why not? You have things I do at night. What do you do at night? It's a secret. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of none of your goddamn business. It's not your house. Is it something so important you can't even put it off for one night? I can't. Sorry. Okay. Shimon owned this house anyway. As a simple lodger, I had no right to make her say or do otherwise. Sleeping with me tonight, so... Look, we've got no choice. You'd rather me share the room with Lidi? You're saying that sharing it with me ain't a problem? Not really. What's that supposed to mean? Simply put, you're a kid. Her right foot was aimed squarely at me. My reflexes kicked in immediately as I steadied myself on my left leg and turned my right. Her kick sliced through the air though, missing its intended target, my right leg. Too slow. Not even a moment later, she planted her right foot on the tatami mat, kicking it up. It was a feint. She pivoted herself on her right foot, shifting all of her force into her left one. Not gonna fall for that. Something lurking in my body began to take over me. It was like I was a completely different person. How? I swiftly reacted to her attack. I had no reason to worry about any sort of counter from her. Underestimating someone can, at times, be one's greatest enemy. I maintained my fighting stance even after I evaded her attack. Not bad. Make light of me. So stepped back, and my first real chance of coming out on top since I met her. I stepped forward, and... Ow. Sharp pain ran through my right heel. Apparently my body wasn't able to keep up with my quick reaction. Wait, so I think I sprained my ankle. Let me stretch. I am a cheetah man. What are you doing? Stop, no. Cheetah man, huh? Which leads us to now. No, it doesn't. That was like a scene out of hell. We finally managed to get the room situation under control after that. As to why she was in my room. Wait, why? What? So spoke up. She must have been watching me think to myself. My wounds from earlier began to ache a bit after that. So, what? Gonna tell me to get out? I wanted nothing more than for her to do that, but it was a bit too late for that now. I feel bad for Didi if I tried to make changes. Just gotta sleep. It's way past your bedtime. But we have such a long night ahead of us. Too young to be saying stuff like that. I thought she'd just go to sleep, but I guess not. I just have to do so in her place. She'd get bored and go to sleep eventually. I'm going to sleep. I crawled into my futon. I was almost as tired today as I was yesterday. Guess hanging around was so took its toll on me. You know, we're walking around at Grassland, but let's not think about that. I'd probably fall right to sleep. And I did. I think I had a dream that night. One where I heard a young girl talking to herself. I was pretty out of it, truthfully. All I could do was lend my ears to that voice. It sounded familiar, but I didn't have the mental capacity then to figure out who it belonged to. It didn't matter, though. I was captive to that voice. Going to bed already? Boring. Wonder if there's anything interesting around. Rustle, rustle. Oh my god. Ooh, this is massive. Can't wait till tomorrow. Going to bed already. Myth. Otherworld. Unfortunately for that will be next time. Episode is, or the scene is here, chapter or whatever is even called Mama's Love, Its Form. Yes. Yes. Otherworld scenes are so much fun, aren't they? But anyway, that's for next time, and I think I'm going to go watch Kung Fu Hustle. But anyway, I hope to see you all next time.